good morning to all. So now we discuss second unit of software project management. These are the mainly focus on the how to improve the software economics. In that improving the software economics, we go for the reducing the software product size, improving the software process, improving team effectiveness, improving automation, and achieving required quality and peer inspections. Okay, so first we go for how to improve the software economics. See, improve the software economics, we have to define the 5 basic parameters of the software cost model. Okay, see, the first one is reducing the size or complexity of what needs to develop. So first of all, we have to reduce the size of the size or complexity whenever we have to develop a particular application. Okay, it is the most important to the reducing the size or complexity of what needs to be developed. Okay, and second one is to improving the development process. How to improve the development process, that is the based upon the improving of the process. Next one, using more skilled personal and better teams. So whenever you have to implement a particular application, we can use the skilled persons and better teams. That may be to improve the software economics because of whenever we have to implement or develop a particular application, the skilled persons will be time reduced and the better teams will be going for that to reduce the time and reducing the size and reducing the complexity. In that way we have to use more skilled persons and better teams. So in that way, whenever we have to develop a application or develop a project, first of all we go for the who are the efficient for the particular application. So we have to implement Java, so who are the most better persons on the Java or .NET or so. In that way we have to use different type of languages. In that different languages, who is the perfect persons that we have to assign. In that way we say that using more skilled persons and better teams to reducing the to improving the software economics or reducing the size. Okay, and next one is using better environment. So whenever we have development, in that development we have to using the better environment, it will be efficient to implement the particular applications. And next one, trading or backing of the quality thresholds. We can use the quality products and to improving the software economics. Mainly we have to assign the 5 basic parameters. The first one is the size, second one is the process, third one is the personnel, fourth one is environment, and fifth one is the quality. Okay, so reducing the size, improving the development process, use more skilled person and better teams, and using better environment and backing of an quality threshold. So these parameters are given in priority order for most software domains. So the below table lists some of the technology of developments, process improvements and management approaches targeted at improving the economics of software development and integration. Okay, so these are the basic 5 parameters. The first one is the size, process, personnel, environment and quality. Okay, see the table. Auntie, sound cheyiddu. Okay, next one, this is the table of the important trends in the improving software. See the cost model parameters and trends. See size, abstraction and component based development technologies. Here you can using high order language, that is the C++, Ada 95 and Java and Visual Basic, etc. Whenever we are using these things, it will be automatically size will be decreased. And go for the object oriented, that is the analysis, design, programming and reuse and commercial components. So whenever it will be used, it will automatically they will be reduce the size. So in the size of the cost model parameter, abstraction and component based development technologies, whenever you using the component based technologies, automatically the time will be decreased. So here we can use the higher languages, object oriented process, reuse and commercial components. Okay, and next one, process. In the process you have to use methods and techniques. These are the iterative development and process maturity models, architecture first development, acquisition, reforms. So whenever go for the implementation of method and using of the methods and techniques, we go for the iterative development, process maturity model, architecture first development, acquisition forms. And go for the personal, that is the people factor. So who are the trained and person skill development, who are the trained people and who are the best from the particular skills. So these are the main thing. And next one is the teamwork, and next one is the win-win culture, that is the who are the interact with the persons, and who are the combined and teamwork, that is the most important to the to improving the software economics. Because of there is no teamwork, so automatically the performance will be go down. So in that way, in the personal, that we have to use in the people factor, that is the training and personal skill development and teamwork and win-win culture. And go for the environment, that is we can use automation technologies and tools, that is the we have to use a different type of tools we can implement the operations. In go for the data warehousing, you use a different type of tool like Informatica, data stage, likewise. And we go for the testing, Windrunner, Selenium. So different type of tools we have to use. We can implement the the process. So in here, in environment, the automation technologies and tools. See, here we are using integrated tools. There are the visual modeling, compiler, editors, debuggers, change management. So different type of integrated tools are we using. These are the visual modeling, compiler, editor, and debugger, and change management. Okay. And next go for the open system, and next for the hardware platform performances, and next for the automation coding, documentation, and testing and analysis. So when we go for the .NET, so automatically in the .NET there's already it will be created some coding. So whenever we go for that one, automatically we can perform. So for example, we can using a button, we can create a button in C, C++, we have to write some program. But here just we have to drag and drop and right click, drag and drop, and we have to automatically the code will be generated, and we have to assign the small code of generation, so it will be useful. Okay, in that way automation technologies and tools are better to improving the software economics, that are the open system, hardware platform performance, automation coding, and document testing analysis. And quality, we go for the performance, reliability, and accuracy. So quality based, so it will be best performance given, and reliability is perfect, and accuracy that may be to that we go for the hardware platform performances, demonstration based per assemblers, and statistical quality control. These are the best thing to improve the quality per management. Okay, so these are the 5 cost models. The first one is the size, process, personnel, environment, and quality. These are the most important to improving the software economics. So that is the reducing the size, improving the development process, using more skilled person, using better environment, trading off or backing off on quality. These are the most important to the improving of software economics. Okay, this is the table for the how to trends are improving the software economics. Okay, next one. So reducing the software product size. See, the most significant way to improve affordability and return on investment, that is the ROI, that is called as the return of investment, is usually to produce a product that achieves the design goals with the minimum amount of human generated source material. Okay, these are the most significant way, that is the using of return on investment. Okay, so it's the most important to minimum amount of the human generated source materials. And to reduce the software product size, the developers may follow component based development model. So whenever we have to reduce the software product size, so all of the developers go for the component based development model. So it is the most important to component based. That is whenever we have to replace the code in the called as a component based development. So component model is replaced to the products. Already we have developed some of the products, that modules will be replaced, that is the component based. It will be reduce the size, and it will be reduce the time also. And we go for the object oriented technologies. Okay, and go for the automatic code generators and some mini tools. So whenever we are using the automatic code generators, some of the tools, some of the component based technologies and object oriented technologies, automatically we can reduce the software size. It is the most important to whenever we have to reduce the software product size, we can use the component based automation code and some of the tools. So the use of high level languages, that is the Java, .NET, Visual Basic for software development, focused on few lines of human generated source code. So only few lines we have to generate it when go for the Java, .NET and Visual Basic. So it is the most important. So we cannot in highly cannot write a more than code, just only few lines of human generated code will be assigned. So these are the high level languages like Java, .NET and Visual Basic. Okay. Next, languages. The estimate how much human generated code is reduced to decrease the software part size, which is developed within the high level languages and tools. There are two popular parameters. So how much human code will be reduced? So in that way we can use the different type of parameters. There are the mainly two parameters are available. In these parameters we can reduce the our operations. Okay, there is the one is the UFP, that is the universal function point, which consider external user input, external output, internal logic data groups, external data interfaces and external inquiries. So these are the used to indicate relative program size to implement the required of the functionality. So here we can reduce how much how much code will be reduced. In that way we can use the two functional point, that is the two popular parameters. First one is the universal function point, that is the external user input, external output user and logical data and logical external data interface and external inquiries. Okay, and next one, the second one is the SLOC, that is the line of coding. So SLOC, which is used to estimate reduce the size of software projects after a solution is formulated and an implemented language is known. So it is the most important, is the source line of code is the most important. So how much code we have to reduce it, how we can implement it. The selection of the language for the software project development is depending on what kind of the data that the application be processed, because each language has a domain of usage. So it is the most important to selection of languages we can use the development depending on what kind of data the application, the project is processed, because of each language domain of usages. See, for example, Visual Basic is very expressive and powerful in building simple interactive applications, but it was not suitable for real-time embedded programming. So in Visual Basic we have to reduce the source code, but it is not interactive from the real time. Okay, see, some of these results are shown in the below. See here, language expressives of some of today's popular languages. There is a language SLOC, line of coding per universal function point. See, in assembly, go for the assembly language, we can use a 320 SLOC per UFP and go for the C 128 and go for Fortran 77, that is the 105, and go for the COBOL 85. These are the different type of languages, 85, 91 and ADA 83, 71 and C++ 56 and ADA 95 is a 55 and Java is also 55, and go for the Visual Basic is 35 SLOC per universal functional points. Here checking from these languages is the most least SLOC we implement from the Visual Basic. So yeah, but see here, for example, Visual Basic is very expressive and powerful in building simple interactive applications, but it was not suitable for real-time embedding programming. So in that way we can say Visual Basic is the most important, but it is not suitable for real-time and embedding programming. So we can go for the Java or ADA 95 and ADA C++. Okay, so assembly is the first we can implement the assembly language. It is a line of code is high, and next we have to implement in C, then go for the Fortran 70. So automatically it will be reduced, and COBOL 85 and ADA 83 and C++ and ADA 95 and Java and Visual Basics. Okay, so likewise we can using for the SLOC. So how we can reduce it for the human generated code, we can use for the two functional points. There is a two popular parameters. The first one is the UFP, universal function point. Second one is the source line of coding. Okay, these are the most important how to reduce. Okay, so main Visual Basic is 35 and Java is 55, but Visual Basic is not suitable for real time. In that way we can go for the Java. Okay, next one, object oriented methods and visual modeling. Object oriented methods and visual modeling. See, the object oriented technology reducing overall size of what needs to be developed. So the following three reasons for succeed of object-oriented projects is proposed by Bosch. Okay, whenever you go for the object-oriented technology, overall size we can reduce it in the object-oriented methods and visual modeling. So first one is an object-oriented model of the problem and its solution encourages a common vocabulary between the end users of a system and its developers. It is the most important to end users of a system and its developers. Okay. So, and second one, the use of continuous integration creates opportunities to recognize risk early and make incremental connections without destabilizing the entire development effort. So, continuously we go for the integration, it will be recognize the risk in early, we can increment the correction without destabilization the entire of the development. So, whenever we go for the integrations, we can easily recognize the risk in the before stages. Okay. And the third one, an object-oriented architecture provides a clear separation of concerns among disparate elements of the system and creating firewalls that prevent a change in one part of the system from the rending the fabric of the entire the system. So these are the three things we can overall the size will be reducing to develop. And Booth summarized the 5 characteristics of successful object-oriented projects. The first one is the ruthless focus on the development of a system that provides a well understood collection of an essential minimum characteristics, and existence of a culture that is entered a result encourages communication and yet is not afraid to fail. So the Booth will be defined the 5 characteristics to successful object oriented projects. So because of the development will be provides well understood collections of essential of minimal characterizations. Okay. And next one, and third one is the effective use of object-oriented. Effectively, we can use from the object-oriented modelings. Okay, in the existence of strong architectural vision and the application of well-managed iterative and incremental development life cycle. So most of you can implement the applications we can using for the iterative and incremental development life cycles. Okay, in that way we can easily identify the risks and we can solve that problems and we can implement the particular system effectively. Okay, in that way we can go for the object-oriented modeling. See, in object-oriented modeling, we can use a different type of 3 objects. First one is the problem identify and encourage that one, and the continuous integrations, and provides a clear separation of concerns among the disparate of the element of the systems. Okay. So, another thing is the application of well-managed iterative and incremental development life cycle. Okay. And next one, reuse. So, reusing existing components and building reusable components have been natural software engineering activities since the earliest improvements in the programming language. In early we can use reusing the existing components. So already the components will be implemented, it will be reused to improve the software economics. So automatically the cost will be decreased because of already we have to implement that component will be reused. The component is called reusable product. Okay, so in that way reusing existing components and building reusable components have been natural software engineering. Presently, these are the natural software engineering activities since the earliest improvements in the programming languages. So most important is the component based. So already number of projects are using of the component based. In that way, the cost will be reduced, the size will be reduced, time will be reduced. Okay. Next, in general, things get reduced like reused for economical reason. Therefore, the key metrics in the identifying whether a component or a class of component or a commercial product is truly reusable, it's to see whether some organization is making money on it. So whenever we have to reusable, automatically the organization will be making money of that one. Okay. See for example, cost and schedule investment necessary to achieve the reusable component. See for example, project solution, so $n and M months, and project solution 50% more cost and 100% more time, and the project solution 125% more cost and 150% more. Whenever the more for operating with the high value of unit investments typical of commercial products, but development cost and schedule of reserve. Whenever we have to using the existing components, it automatically reduce the cost. Okay, so the number of projects using reusable components, these are the main thing. These are the graph for the cost and schedule of investments necessary to achieve the reusable components and చెప్పొచ్చు. Okay na? Next, commercial components. Okay, So a common approach being pursued today in many domains is to maximize integration of commercial components and off-the-shelf of products. So different of a commercial component products are we have to use it into the to performance of the particular system. See, the below figure shows some of the advantages and disadvantages of using commercial components. So here we have to use now we have to see what are the advantages and disadvantages to using of the commercial products. See, approaches commercial components and custom development. The advantages are predictable license cost, broadly used mature technologies and available now, and dedicated support organizations, hardware and software independence, rich functionality. These are the commercial common advantages. So go for the disadvantage: frequently upgrades, upfront license, recur maintenance fees, dependency on vendors, runtime efficiency, functionality constraints, integration not always trivial, no control of over upgrades, unnecessary features, often inadequate reliability and maturity, multiple vendors incompatibility. So these are the disadvantages. So frequently applied cheyali anna, license fees kanivandi, recurring maintenance fees kanivandi, depending on vendor kanivandi, or runtime efficiency or functional constraints, or no controlling. So these are the disadvantages of the particular commercial components. And go for the custom development, the complete change freedom. So change freedom untundi, smaller, often simple implementations, and often better performance and control of development and enhancement. This is the advantage of the custom development. But here the disadvantage is it will be some of the expensive and unpredictable development, unpredictable availability date, undefined maintenance, often immature or fragile, and single platform dependency, drain on expertise. These are the disadvantages. That is the expensive kanivandi, unpredictable kanivandi, undefined maintenance kanivandi, often immature kanivandi, single platforms kanivandi, లేదా drain of expertise. These are the disadvantages of the commercial components. So using of commercial components and commercial like custom development, some of the advantages there, some of the disadvantages available. So in that way we can see a common approach being pursued today in many domains is to maximize integration of commercial component and of the products. So maximum we can go for the commercial products, but some of the disadvantages available. The based upon the development we can go for the commercial components. Okay. So these are the main. So improving the software based upon the size, process, personnel, environment, quality. These are the mainly 5 basic parameters to improve the software economics. And reducing the software, you can using the 2 parameters. First one is the UFP and second is the SLOC, that is the universal function point and source line of coding. So based upon the different languages, we can reduce based upon the different languages we can using the coding, but mainly is the VB, like Visual Basic is the least coding, but it is expressive and powerful, but it is not perfect to the real time. In that way we can go for the Java or Add-on 95 or C++ or Red 83 or COBOL 85 or Fortran 77 or C or assembly. But assembly language go for it is a highly long coding. Okay, in object-oriented method and visual modeling, you can go for the 3 reasons, that is the problem and solutions, integration, continuous integration, and clear separations. Okay, and here we can the application automatically we can use the iterative and incremental development life cycles. Okay, reuse is the most important, but is the reuse we are using the existing components and building reusable components have been natural software engineering activities. Okay. And we can, based upon the application, we can go for the commercial components. In the commercial components, different of advantages or disadvantages. In advantages, easily we can implement the process and predictable rich functionality, and the custom development is the simple and smaller implementations. Okay, but go for disadvantages, frequent upgrades kanivandi, okay, often multiple vendors kanivandi, expensive kanivandi, unpredictable or undefined maintenance models, often mutual. These are the different of our disadvantages. So based upon the conditions, based on the situation, based upon the application, we go for the commercial components. Okay. Thank you.